Actually, that's a good way to transition into. But you know what isn't an American thing? Wait for it. Where's the game? There it is. But you know what isn't an American thing?
Amazing Grace.
God fucking damn it. Anyway, Amazing Grace. Dexter, you're here, so now you can actually change the game to Amazing Grace instead of forgetting. What do you mean, oh god? Don't act like I wasn't going to transition to, it's literally in the title of the stream. Do you not read? Anyway, last time we played through Amazing Grace, we played through Yuji's and Guido's routes. And they were definitely longer than Sister Lily's and Jack's routes. Most definitely. That's basically it. Now, we can finally get to Kotaha's. Yeah, not really. Reading is an Australian thing. Well, considering that And why are you naked? Listen, I'm not naked, alright? I've got fur. Alright? That means that I'm not. He has a Santa hat on. Yeah, that too. I've got that Santa hat. That means I'm not naked. But either way, let's jump right into it, shall we? Now. As you can see, Kotahaz is finally... Kotahaz is the last painting. Before we get back into the common route, or whatever the fuck the guy told me. Thanks for the stretch. And the hydrate. Let's go. Chapter 10, Part 1, Muse. Kotaha.
コトハさん？一番なさそうなのに。
We don't know that for sure. There's clearly more than meets the eye about her. Yeah, we've already seen that.
本当はシュウが美人さんと近づきたいだけじゃないの？
What? Absolutely not. Perish the thought.
声が裏返ってるんですけど。
Jokes aside. Jokes aside, Kotahaz seems like the type of person who'd be a great ally. It definitely won't hurt to get to know her better.
なるほどね。確かにコトハさんならいい知恵をくれるかも。わかった。それじゃあ今度の週はコトハさんに密着捜査。いってらっしゃい。
Oh, perfect. Yone begins meditating in preparation for shooting me back through time like an arrow from her bow. And as always, I go flying back to December 2nd. We could just skip December 2nd, right? You don't need to keep showing December 2nd and then commenting on the fact that you made the save point on the night of December 2nd, so they always transition to December 3rd. Shut up. What did I just say? I open my eyes and sit up. I squint against the very bright and equally familiar December 3rd morning sunlight. Okay, my target this time around is... Kotaha. Perhaps she'll be the one who can help me turn the tides of fate. if she ends up being the culprit behind the Christmas bombings. Unlikely, but who is able to retain her memories from each previous timeline like I can, then I'll do whatever I can to stop her. Who knows? She might have ties to it, but I don't think she's the one causing the bombings. Easier said than done, of course.
どうしたの、シュウ君。
It's nothing. If I'm being honest, Kotaha seems like the least likely candidate as the person behind all of this. I mean, she's Kotaha. Okay, do you know Kotaha? You've seen, like, the shallow version of her. You haven't gone in depth enough. Her sentimentality and circumstances, not to mention the impression I get from her, suggest someone who wouldn't hope for the end of the world. I know we shouldn't go into this with any preconceived notions, but I'm not a detective either. Still, if I had to say anything about her, it's that she's incredibly intelligent. She's not someone who... she's not someone you want as an enemy. She also knows too much. She knows more than she should. She'd be a helpful ally, assuming I can prove she's not working against me, which is what I intend to do.
それで、用というのは何かな？スケッチ？スケベ？
Actually, I had a nightmare last night.
ブー、シュウ君に無視された。
But now I decide to focus on reconnaissance. Like during my second time loop. I'm not too worried on whether she's the culprit or not.
なるほど。それなら、美術回廊に防火対策がされていると聞いたね。
Is it normal for them to lock up the gallery at the night of the culture festival?
美術回廊が閉まることはないはずだけど。
What? You didn't ask if the art gallery was fireproof. Before December 3rd. Right, he talked about it in a different time. Are you telling me that he mentioned it and but it's off screen, right? Oh, really?
指紋もいるっぽいな。これじゃさすがにあかね。
くそ、せっかくユネが声を通してくれたのに。
That's even further proof that there's something weird going on here. The door to the art gallery which is always kept open, would suddenly be locked. Means it was deliberately locked on that night specifically. So you're saying the art gallery never closes? It's open 24/7 year round?
3月31日から4月の3日までは毎年閉まってるよ。メンテナンスとかで。
In March, huh?
閉まってる間は先生たちじゃないと開けられなかったはずだ。
I assumed as much. I knew that at least. I've run into that restriction myself. At the worst time, yeah. Without the correct biometrics, the door won't budge. Thanks a lot. That's very helpful.
お役に立てたなら。それにしても変なことを聞くね、シュウ君は。
The day ends without learning anything I didn't know before. Or 12. It's Tuesday, innit? The first snowfall in gym class. Usually I'm hanging out with Sakuya inside her igloo. The best moments. But I need to get close to Kotaha this time. Sadly, I have to turn down Sakuya's invitation. That was the plan, at least. Where is she? It looks like I don't have to turn down Sakuya's invitation after all, which should theoretically be a good thing.
何ですか?
It's nothing. Sorry. I suddenly realized I've been watching Sakuya for quite a while. I was just wondering what you were doing.
寂しいんですか、先輩。誘ってほしいんですか?
Yes, I mean, yes. I'm not lonely. I don't need your pity invitation to hang out.
そうですよね。先輩は孤独でお相手もいないんですから。
Don't make fun of your elders.
ほんと、一人でも平気で。
Sakuya?
なんでもありません。では。
Don't try to guilt trip his shoe. With that, she heads off. At any rate, it looks like Sakuya is not building her igloo in this timeline. Whatever. I have to focus on getting closer with Kotaha this time. Where could she be?
何かな?
What are you doing?
向こうで雪だるまでも作ろうかなって。
The gym class, huh?
一応体は動かすし。
She's being a little evasive. Can I help?
もちろん、シュウ君がいてくれると助かるよ。
So with her having graciously accepted my offer. Gasp, wheeze, gasp, wheeze. This is far more intense than I thought.
まさか、こんなに大きく育つとは。すごいよ、シュウ君。
Listen, if it's not as big as the one in Sugar Sweet Temptation, I don't want anything to do with it. I managed to roll up a jumbo-sized snowman that's taller than Kotaha. I've clearly put way too much effort into my creation, having spent a few hours on it. I guess that's good enough for now.
ありがとう。それじゃあ、私がこの子におめかしをさせようかな。
And so, together, we paint a face onto the snowman I built and add gloves.
じゃじゃーん。こんなものかな?
Fabulous. Instead of some eccentric getup, she's become a lovely snow lady.
ほう。これはなかなかのサイズだな。
What do you mean by that? Hey, Guido.
俺の作ったゴーレムと戦わせてみないか。
That seems unlikely, considering they can't move.
先に解けた方が負けというルールなら。
乗った。
The way they talk is slightly bizarre. Despite being top students and the heads of their respective dorms, their conversations are always amusingly childish. That's just the mindset of a third year. What? I wonder how they view each other. For some reason, the question interests me immensely. I guess we'll never find out which melts first. It's Wednesday morning, and I'm witnessing a scene involving two familiar figures.
まだ眠いや。このまま寝ちゃうかも。
Now the real question is, have I used this CG as a thumbnail before? It's probably best for me to check, because if I haven't, then I know what I will. Then I know what to use as the thumbnail for this VOD. I haven't, but I've used it for the thumbnail of the main channel video of another main channel video.
ダメだっつの。ニャーちゃんが遅刻しちゃしめじがつかねえだろ。
Haha. They're as close as ever, almost like real sisters. There's a side to Kotaha that only Kirie gets to see. It's not often I get to see her at her most vulnerable. Speaking of which, I wonder how long they've been friends. I feel like I asked before. As luck would have it, I haven't yet asked them this time, so I proceed to do so.
私とキリエが知り合ったのはいつってこと？
Yes, at the school.
へんよ。ことねえとはチックからだ。
So you've known each other for a while.
当たり前よ。私とことねえの深い絆はもう何年も前から。キリエの性格も変わってないよね。大人になってっからな、私も。大きくなってんだぞ。胸とか態度とか。
Interesting. You don't hear that. Jesus, it's getting... Why the fuck is it getting worse? Jesus Christ. Mostly the latter. So you've known her longer than Yune?
んだな。私とことねえはずっと一緒だけど、ユーネとはチベッタ時代に初めて会った。アレイヤに入って知り合ったのは、サクヤとギドと、あとリンカパイセンだな。
If Rinka doesn't count, she doesn't exist. I had no idea. I thought you knew Sakia from way back. From way back.
サクヤは同じチベッタにいたんだけどね。私たちは学年が違うから遊ぶこともなかった。衣装を作れるって聞いたときは感激したもんだぜ。
It's obvious that Kotaha is closer to Kirie than anyone else. Anyone else in our friend group. They're best friends despite the age difference. Or so it seems. Everyone has a past. It might sound obvious, but to see it so evident between the two of them makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Later that night. Where is she? I gently bop my nearby dove clock to check the time.
クック。ただいま、12月5日、水曜日、22時11分。
I guess... Is this the day Sakuya comes and gives him the pillow? I guess that's not gonna happen this time. She should be here. It's been a week since I first arrived. Yet, it's past curfew, which is around when Sakuya usually stops by for a visit. It seems like the timeline is out of order. It's not like we made plans or anything. It's just that, up until now, he's always come to see me on this day, at this exact time. Yeah, but the difference is that, yeah, exactly. Except this time I didn't spend time with her in the igloo. I also never met up with her after school. As usual, the smallest of changes in my routine creates waves all around me. Besides, my target this time is Kotaha. Even so, I can't help feeling sad about the unseen distance between us. No, I'm sad. I want to be with Sakuya, alright? But I have to go through everyone else's route to get to her.
やあ、シュウくん。最近はよく来るね。
You know how it is. From the start, I wanted to try and dig up any dirt I could find on Kotaha. And as I might have suspected, there was nothing shady or suspicious about her. In fact, my perception of her is as a truly good person only grew stronger with each passing day. What a scene. Wow, the information you got from that one, astounding. I couldn't find any dirt on her. Crazy, I know. It's December 7th, the day when Kyrie's operation You've Been Punked goes into motion. However, since I miss most of her pranks, it ends up in failure. I'm sorry, Kyrie. I don't know why they've rehashed that. They could have just skipped it. If nothing evident was going to happen. The weekend. Usually it's a day I can spend however I want. This time I need to keep an eye on Kotaha. Now that I think about it, I wonder what she's doing today. More than anything, I'm honestly curious. She usually spends her time after school drawing in the atelier.
琴音ならいつものとこだぞ。
You mean the 7th atelier?
ああ、なんか用なのか？
Oh, nothing in particular. Thanks. I had a hunch she'd be there. That she's drawing on her day off shows how diligently she takes her studies.
琴音に聞いたんだけど、なんかシュウが手伝ってるんだって？
I'm not gonna... gulp. Crap.
褒めてやろうと思ったのに、なんか挙動不審だな。
Don't know what you're talking about. There's absolutely no funny business going on.
でも、琴音があのアタリエに誰か呼ぶのってめったにないからな。
Oh yeah? To be fair, no matter when I go, I've only ever seen Kotaha in the atelier after school.
どんな手伝いしてんだ？ただ絵描くだけなら、琴音も別に一人で十分だと思うんだけど。
I know, right? It's a premium service that only I can provide.
なるほど。だがシュウ、私にもシュウにしか頼めないプレミアムな仕事が。
Wow. Do the time, gotta run.
おい、待て！
Sorry, Kyrie. I won't be able to star as your lead actor this time. Yeah, but it's so you can spend time with Kotaha. Knock knock.
いらっしゃい、シュウくん。今日はお休みだけど。
I came to watch you hard at work.
課題か何かかな？
Actually, yeah. Sorry for dumping this on you.
いいよ。もともとアトリエは生徒みんなのものだし。
She says with a friendly smile. She's older, the head of the dorm, and so stunningly gorgeous. And yet there's something about her that puts me strangely at ease. The thought crosses my mind how being alone with her here should be far more nerve-wracking than it actually is. You come here even on your days off, huh? Huh.
ここ最近、休みの日はいつも制作の絵を進めててね。たまには外にも出るんだけど。
Your art? for the Culture Festival. I've been to the Culture Festival several times by now, and seen your festival piece. However, the me in this reality has not, so I feign ignorance. By the way, what kind of painting is it?
不敬な絵だよ。
Her answer is the same as always, naturally. No matter how many time loops I relive, the only art piece that ever changed thus far was Kyrie's.
外の風景があまりいいものではないんだろうけどね。
She has to paint from her own imagination. In a town where simply thinking about the outside world is prohibited, it's no exaggeration to call an outright depiction of it blasphemous. I'm sure nothing like it has ever been attempted in the Academy's history, and there's no way Sister Lily approves. However, her theme can apparently only be expressed in this way.
まだ見ぬ世界へ思いを馳せること。それ自体貴重なアイデアの源なんだ。シュウ君が来てくれたことでちゃんと描こうって決心もついたしね。
Huh? Why me? Because you're the main character. What did you expect?
もちろん。外からシュウ君が来てくれたおかげでなんとなく方向性が見えたんだ。
That is the first time hearing of it.
今までの私は外には人間がいるのかいないのかもわからなかった。けど今は一つだけわかる。外にはシュウ君のような人間が住んでいたんだって。
You're probably right. It seems like in her head, I represent the outside world itself.
ごめんね、勝手に。私もシュウ君からインスピレーションを受けた人間の一人なんだよ。
It's fine. I'm delighted. I have no clue how helpful I actually am, though. But while we're on the subject, can I see what you're working on? I'm useless when it comes to technical ability, but I could give you some outsider advice. Unfortunately, due to my memory loss, I won't be able to give great advice, but I can at least tell you if it seems familiar.
私の描く外の風景を見て正しいかどうか判断してくれるということ？
Yes, exactly. That seems like something I should easily be able to assist with. It seems like a natural enough reaction to want to help her if she needs me in any way.
ありがとう。正直すごく助かるよ。私も細部を描くのが大変だったから。
What I lack in technical know-how, I make up for with a level-headed approach to the subject matter. If I'm being honest, I'm still not quite used to the town's taboo regarding the outside world. Unable to discern what separates blasphemy from piety, I feel like I could give my frank opinion on the subject.
じゃあ今ついでにいろいろ聞いてもいいかな。外の世界って。
Yeah, but who is Frank? Never mind. Sure, I'll answer those as best as I can. With nothing to rely on aside from my faint and fragmented memories, I helped Kotaha with her painting.
いろいろありがとう。おかげでよくわかったよ。
There's so much I don't remember, but it's true. Electronics are definitely far more advanced on the outside. Most of it is, yes. Kotaha based on her version of the outside world on the many paintings found within the halls of the art gallery. While her landscape definitely looks like the outside, there's something off about it. Even taking into consideration, it shows the world as it was 100 years back. Kotaha had a great many question marks floating through her mind. More than I expected, though. I'm not sure how many related to her painting. If Sister Lily had stumbled in on us, we would have been in hot water. But since it was just the two of us, there was no issue. Just the two of us. Yes, that... okay. Just don't elaborate on it any further. It's gym class. We're playing Kick the Can, like always, and I've managed to avoid being it. Suddenly. There it is. It's Muse, a new type of drug soaked into blotters. I always find it on the ground in the courtyard, which means someone most likely must drop it every time. But
ついてきて。ここじゃ話しづらい。
I feel like something's been messed up here. After picking it up, I bring it over to show Kotoha.
ついてきて。ここじゃ話しづらい。
I knew there was an issue when the music kept playing between transitions, but I didn't think it would overlap with another song.
ごめんね。シュウ君がせっかく発見してくれたものだけど、これは危ないから処分しておく。
Okay, it's fixed. It's fine. I understand. Just like in the original timeline, we head to Oneto to dispose of it. Kotaha once again drops the blotters soaked with Muse into the lake, where it instantly dissolves. This might be one of the only times when she seems this serious. That is why I wanted to come here. Mainly because there's something I need to ask her.
強烈なインスピレーション。それは私たちが願ってやまない禁断の果実だ。思うような作品が生めない。そもそもアイディアさえ降りてこない。こうなるともう偶然のひらめきを願って神に祈るしかない。あの新型ドラッグはそんなインスピレーションを約束してくれるもの。ミューズ、そう呼ばれている。
What? I never knew that. Kotaha begins telling me all about the drug. This is the first time I've ever heard about Muse. The drug, not the band. And how worst case scenario, if someone is caught using the drug, they're erased. What?
消されるというのも比喩ではない。ある日から突然行方不明になる。
I've heard that Bad Santa is behind the disappearances.
そう。都合のいい現象に例えているわけだ。タブーを知った存在。そんな人間を排除する仕組みがきっとこの街のどこかにある。
Yeah, and Kotaha, you should be one of those people. You know things that you definitely shouldn't. I can easily piece together what she's trying to say. That an organization exists in town that erases folks under the guise of Bad Santa. I know this because...
消えたあの人は私よりちゃんとしてたけど、外についてすげえ興味を持ってた。そのせいで不良扱いだよ。
I thought they were gonna flash back to the sewers of Kyrie's route.
だから黒サンタが来たんならきっとタブーを踏んだんだって琴姉が言ってた。
Because I know all about, I know one of the kids who was erased. Carrie already told me as much, fucking Rinka. That's why they hate it, while simultaneously trying to understand it. They need to shed light on the darkness of it. They need to shed light on the darkness of it. Right. It just sounds like a weird sentence. And yes, I am stalling. Kotaha mentions the same girl Kyrie did.
禁断の果実に手を出せば凛花のように消されてしまうかもしれないんだ。
But what if Rinka's behind all of the disappearances? Rinka, a close friend of both Kyrie and Kotaha, who I only knew about through Kyrie's films. She'd been a regular at Jack's store, and the only person who could take Guido on at chess.
ごめん、長話になってしまったね。そろそろ戻ろうか。
This is when I usually agree to head back, feeling like I've intruded on the inner sanctum. But I want to ask something else first. Are you sure Rinka disappeared because of her involvement with Muse?
ミューズのせいと一概には言えないかな。ただそれが最後のきっかけになったのは事実だ。ミューズに手を出した生徒は他にもいる。だが謹慎処分で済んでいる子がほとんどだ。ミューズは確かにインスピレーションをもたらす薬のようだけど、それでタブーを知れるわけじゃない。凛花はもともとそれこそ不敬極まりないくらい外について興味津々な子だった。その不良っぷりにとどめを刺したのがミューズというドラッグ。
I see. I saw it as a drug you take to understand the outside world, but apparently it's not that simple. When did she go missing?
去年のクリスマス。
Christmas. Oh my god. It sounds like a tragedy almost certainly related to the one happening this year.
凛花は去年の12月25日を境にいなくなった。これは誰もが知る客観的な事実。
Apparently there's more to it than that though.
彼女はその当日に自らミューズを服用していた。これは私しか知らないから言ってはダメだよ。
Why did you do it? I pressed the issue to learn more, but I'm suddenly met with a question I wasn't expecting.
ミューズのことが気になる？シュウ君。
No. Well. Huh? Well, yes. She turns her usual soft smile on me. But by all appearances, she is her usual warm, kind-hearted self, and yet...
私は今、私だけが知っていることをペラペラとシュウ君に話した。不思議だとは思わなかった？
Well, a little. Honestly, I hoped she might be able to fill in some gaps in my knowledge. Did I make a grave mistake? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
ああ、ごめんね。別にシュウ君を疑っているとかではなく、ただ私にも整理がついていないんだ。どこまで話してよいものか。
She seems unusually worried. The way she's acting is... it doesn't seem like she's lying about how she feels.
ミューズを服用すれば女神からのインスピレーションが得られるというのは言ったよね。
You did?
けれど それは実際に体感した人でないとわからない。実際はそうじゃないかもしれない。
Only users can possess understanding, which involves Rinka herself, includes Rinka herself.
私はミューズを摂取したリンカを見た。その上で言えば、ミューズの効能は定かじゃないけど、副作用はてきめんに現れていた。
What kind of side effect? I'm slightly confused, slightly confused why she's suddenly talking about this. However, my confusion is short-lived, as she hesitates. Kotoha? I can't tell if she's unsure or making up her mind. Either way, after a short pause, she reaches into her front shirt pocket and takes something out. The fuck? A clumsy sketch of an owl belly peeks out at me. The paper I'd given her should have melted into the lake by now. However, the object she pulled from her shirt pocket is unmistakably the same vibrantly colored blotter.
ミューズの副作用はね、シュウ君。
A warrior lion mars her dignified brow.
記憶喪失。
Damn, that's crazy. Ah, I see. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So... Huh. Okay. I still don't have enough fucking puzzle pieces, man. Her words shake me to my very core. Chapter 10, Part 2, Metaphysical Art of Evanescent Dreams. Of Evanescence Dream. Wake me up. It's later that night, and I'm lying awake in bed thinking about what happened. Okay, I mean, obviously, Chu's memory loss is going to be related to Muse. Like, why would you bring up the side effect of memory loss and not have it relate back to Shu? That's, you know, so either he took it, or it was he was forcibly he was forced to take it or something like that, right? Because he's an outsider and he doesn't and someone doesn't want people knowing about the outside world, so you force him to take Muse so that he forgets everything about the outside world, something like that. But then how would that relate to the flashbacks we keep seeing where Shu is apparently a teacher?
言葉通りの意味だよ、シュウ君。ミューズを服用したリンカは、それまでの記憶を失っていた。
The drug Muse gives people amnesia. Rinka forgot everything. In that moment, it's as if this drug that seemed so foreign to me was coursing through my veins. Maybe quite literally. To simply not know anything seems terrifying to me. Even after all of this, my own loss of memory is still just as frightening.
最初にこの紙を見て、何も思わなかった？
Well, when I first picked it up, I remember feeling like it looked kind of familiar, like I saw it somewhere before. But first, I mean, the very familiar timeline. I mean, in the very first timeline. By first, I mean in the very first timeline. I remember feeling slightly uneasy as soon as I spotted the picture of the owl, of that owl. At the time, I figured it didn't mean anything, but now...
私も何が正しくて何が間違っているのかわからない。ただ、過去の事実を言っただけだ。シュウ君に関係があるのかないのかもわからないけど、都合がいいのはどちらかな。
It's clear she considers the time she spent with Rinka on her final day classified info. She probably only mentioned it because she thought it might be connected to my amnesia. Lately, all I worry about is making sure we can make it through Christmas. My lost memories. I remind myself how important it is that I retrieve them. Perhaps they hold the answers to all of my problems, which only brings me back around to why I forgot in the first place. Is it possible that I dropped Muse? I have no idea. Even if I did, I wouldn't remember. A drug that offers inspiration that transcends what normal minds can think up. Which means... Is it possible that by taking the drug it caused my consciousness to leap outside of the Aurora? Maybe. In that case, it's possible that I was born here. This is driving me nuts thinking about it. I mean, it would line up with... Look, here's the thing, right? Shu is meant to be a second-year high schooler at St. Aria, but at the same time, the students call him sensei. The four girls keep calling him sensei in the flashbacks, right? So like, that is the most confusing part to me, and I definitely am missing something, and I don't think Muse is the puzzle piece I'm missing. But
その通り。オーロラを超えるということは、
okay, I
いわ
fucking
ば世界を超えるということ。
shut the fuck up. Piece of fucking shit. 12 minutes. It took 12 minutes. Whatever.
その通り。オーロラを超えるということは、いわば世界を超えるということ。異世界のメモリーが引き継げないくらいのことはあるかもしれません。
I think back to something Sister Lily told me the first time we met. According to her, I lost my memories just by crossing the Aurora. If she's right, then Muse would have nothing to do with it. I'm getting nowhere. Recovering my lost memories would be harder than finding our mysterious culprit, or so I thought. $12.12. Oh, never mind. $12.13. It's after school, and I find myself once again with Kotaha in the atelier while she works. Her imaginary painting of the outside world, which while obviously fantastical, there is an air to her landscape that gives it a sense of realism.
どうかな、シュウ君。ピンとくる？
Vaguely. it seems pretty close to the image I've got in my head. I've got of it in my head. Naturally, there are no clues to what the outside world looks like here in town, aside from the paintings of foreign landscapes in the art gallery. Since her goal is to depict the outside world as it is now, though it makes sense she would seek out my expertise on the matter, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I want to help, but I can't say for sure if it's right or not.
仕方ないよ。覚えてないのに無理やり聞いたりして、こっちこそごめんね。
My memory loss is once again holding me back. What does the outside world look like? I can only judge whether her painting is accurate or not by critiquing her work.
それに、こんな光景があるのかもと想像することは楽しいよ。だから今回の制作をしてる。まあ、楽しいなんて言ってたらリリーさんに叱られちゃうけどね。
Kotaha. On hunch, I toss a question at her. Do you want to go out into the outside world? My question directly broaches the town's most taboo subject. She hesitates for a moment before answering.
行きたくないと言えば嘘になる。ただ、強烈にここを出たいとも思っていない。私が今回こんな絵を描くことにしたのはね、少しでも凛花に近づくためなんだ。
What do you mean? Rinka again, I think to myself. Now I've come to understand how dear this girl is to Kotaha, even after she vanished from her life last year.
凛花はタブーを踏んですぐに消えた。けど、彼女の何が悪かったというのかはわからない。
She took drugs.
私はただ、凛花の件をこのままにはしておけないんだ。真実を探る必要がある。
Her conviction on the matter is unwavering. Whereabouts of her missing friend, and the truth behind the legend of Bad Santa. I have a feeling the weird vibes I get from the town and Rinka's disappearance are related. She meant a lot to you, huh?
すごくね。親友だった。だから、とても端的に言ってしまえば、今も彼女を探しているんだ。まだ何もできていないけど。
And that's why you're painting the outside world.
うん。私も凛花を見習って不敬な真似をすれば黒サンタとやらも現れるんじゃないかと思って。でもシュウ君という人が現れちゃったからもうインパクトは薄いよね。
You need to take Muse, you know, just like Rinka. If that's the case, Bad Santa might end up coming for me too.
その時はひっ捕らえてぐるぐる巻きにして私の元へ持ってきて。
I'll see what I can do. Kotaha is kind of scary sometimes. What was Rinka like? Rinka was a third-year student who was close to Kotaha and best friends with... close to Kirie and best friends with Kotaha. I also knew she was athletic thanks to one of the films she starred in. That's the extent of my knowledge.
一言で表すなら天才だった。
Really? Surprised by her word choice. I don't know what to say. Like in relation to art or something?
それもあるし、そうでない部分も。凛花はいろいろと規格外な子だったんだ。イメージで言えば切り絵に近いかもしれない。 真面目なキリエ。
Serious Kyrie. It's hard for me to imagine, since it's not a word I'd ever associate with Kyrie. Did she excel in her studies like you? When I hear the word genius, that's all my simplistic mind can conjure up. Of course, in this town, excelling at school equates to artistic finesse.
いや、成績で言えば私の方が良かったよ。ただそれはあくまで私がお行儀のいい絵を描いていただけだ。凛花のような既存の枠組みを壊す作品は未だに作れていない。あれを芸術と呼ぶかどうかはわからないけどね。
What was her major?
私と同じ油彩画だったんだけど、そのうちいろんなものに手を出し始めてね。そのうち彼女の絵はキャンバスさえ飛び越えるようになった。
What do you mean? Like fucking murals and stuff?
そのままの意味。凛花の絵はキャンバスの裏にも続いていたし、キャンバスに付録をつけたり、そもそもキャンバスを破くことさえあった。
Ah, alright.
凛花がすごいのは、それを失敗と捉えず新たなアートの形として発表しようとしたことだ。
Is it possible to have art on a ripped canvas?
なしだね。
What?
少なくとも先生方の目には論外に映った。こんなの絵じゃないって。
Yeah, well, that's because they're stuck in their ways, alright? Art is not purely, art on a I don't know what I'm saying. Art is not purely determined by what... No, never mind.
けれど私はあんなに柔軟な発想ができる凛花を素晴らしく思ったし、他にも感銘を受けた人はいる。
What she calls genius, I think of being gifted. I think of as being gifted. I would say someone with an excellent and artistic sense as Kotaha is a genius, while the folks in town probably view her as gifted. Meanwhile, Rinka is the type of prodigy that creates avant-garde work immeasurable by society's standards.
義堂なんかは私と同じように凛花の作品に惹かれていた。反対にユネやキリエは全然わからないと言っていた。
I'm probably on their side with this one.
だと思う。なんというかあれは一般的な作品に飽きると魅力的に思えるのかも。
I'm growing increasingly curious about her work. I always thought of Guido's work as being exceptionally unique, but it sounds as if Rinka's was far beyond even his eccentricity.
一度ちゃんとした私みたいにお行儀のいい絵を描いていたこともあったけど、本人的にはしっくりこなかったみたい。せっかくだから、まあ簡単に言えば変わってる子だったの。
God fucking damn it.
一度ちゃんとした私みたいにお行儀のいい絵を描いていたこともあったけど、本人的にはしっくりこなかったみたい。せっかく賞も狙える出来だったのに。それに先生たちからの評判も良くないから不良少女みたいな。
And that's why they wanted to get rid of her. So basically, Kyrie's serious twin. I had no idea she was like that. I thought the character she portrayed in Kyrie's films was just that, a fictionalized role.
オーロラを飛び越えようとしたり、先生の聖書をかっぱらってきたり、 授業なのに人と全然違うことやってたり。
That does kind of paint her as a troublemaker.
好奇心旺盛なところなんかはむしろキリエ以上かな。キリエは凝り性だから一つのことにこだわるけど、凛花はそうじゃない。あとは自分で料理をしたりそんなの誰もやってないのにね。とにかく凛花は人と違ったことをよくやるんだ。
She was definitely a weirdo. Nothing like the perfect student Kotaha. So basically, you're a troublemaker if you go against the grain, and a genius if you don't.
凛花は他にも誰も気にしないようなことをいちいち気に留めた。どうしてオーロラなんてものがあるのか、どうして勉強には美術しかないのか、この街はどこにあって外はどうなっているのか。
Those questions.
誰かさんがここに来て抱いた疑問に似てるでしょ。
All the questions Kotaha mentioned were things I've wondered about since arriving here. Yet, it seemed as if I was the only person in town who was even a little curious.
凛花もね、よく言ってた。この街はどこかおかしいって。
Something strange. She was born here, yet held similar views to an outsider like me. I technically haven't been here very long, but even I understand how amazing that is.
だから凛花は天才なんだ。誰もが当たり前と思っていることを疑う能力、それは彼女にしかないものだった。
I had no idea she was like that. The word genius conjures up images of someone who creates amazing works of art. But that's not what she meant. Rika's genius lay in her ability to to question conventional wisdom.
凛花はいなくなったけど、凛花と同じ疑問を持つ人はまた現れた。
You mean me, right?
そう。もうすぐで凛花がいなくなって1年が経つけど、なんだか面白い運命だよね。
Who is Rinka? Mind blown. I'm fascinated by Rinka's story, whose disposition was so different from everyone around her. I wish so badly I could meet her.
だから私は人とは違う柊君が好きだよ。羨ましいって思う。
What? Also 15 fucking minutes. And then it got staticky. At least it wasn't the whole sentence. Wait, love?
私もキリエも凛花と再会するのを諦めていない。どこかに生きてるって信じてる。
Rinka messed with something she shouldn't have, and disappeared because of it.
私の見立てではそう、知っちゃいけないことを知った。そしていなくなった彼女は黒サンタの仕業として処理された。メルヘンな要素で真相を隠すみたいに。
So you think Rinka knew the truth about something?
だろうね。都合が悪いから口封じをされたんだと思ってるよ。何を知ったのかは本人にしかわからないけど。
Kotaha gazes into the distance, as if lost in thought.
それこそ私も ミューズを使ってみないことには。
Bad idea. We'll be screwed if you end up losing your memories too.
冗談だよ。私もシュウ君のことを忘れたくないしね。
Hearing her say that out of the blue makes my heart skip a beat.
ミューズについての話はこの前したよね。シュウ君にやっぱり覚えはない？
I can't say one way or the other. My memory is still pretty hazy.
そっか。何か手がかりになればよかったんだけど。
Myself, my memories, and Rinka. All three seem connected in some way to the drug. Some way to the drug Muse, although I'm still not sure how.
ごめんね。なんだかシュウ君と話しているのも私のエゴみたいで。
This is more like an alliance of sorts. A mystery we should figure out together. Rika mysteriously vanished last year on Christmas. And there's a chance her disappearance is connected to this year's Christmas tragedy. Wait, if it's true, then does that mean... Will Bad Santa come for someone else this year? Sure, 14. Yep. It's after school. I'm on the way to the 7th Atelier like always, only to find Kotaha missing from her usual spot. After a brief search in the nearby vicinity. Aha! There she is. I approach who I think is Kotaha, only to find myself facing an unexpected creature. What? So that's what he meant by unexpected creature. The creature in the middle of the park is none other than Kotazilla. Then the Kotazilla I saw on the big screen once.
変なところを見られたね。
Decked out in a cheap-looking onesie, she laughs awkwardly. Are you in the middle of a shoot?
そう、これは大怪獣コトゴンの着ぐるみ。
Having watched the finished product, I know Kotazilla is a monster villain from Kyrie's movie Koto Ranger Beauty Squad, where the heroes are also played by Kotaha, and the civilians are also played by Kotaha. Seems like a tough job.
まあね。でも楽しいよ。キリエはいつも変な設定を考えるから。
You always help her out because you love her movies, don't you?
私は女優キリエの大ファンだからね。
I can't help but notice that she specifically mentioned her acting, not her directing.
でもキリエが本気なのはシュウ君にも伝わってるでしょ。
Sure. Well, yes.
キリエは映画のこととなったら手を抜かないし、自分のお小遣いだってほとんどつぎ込んじゃうから。
But the real question is, where'd the costume come from? Are you telling me Takuya made it?
映画家の人たちが協力してくれるのもやっぱりキリエの人望なんじゃないかなって思うよ。
Films are her life. The joyous way Kotaha talks about Kyrie makes me kind of jealous.
はーい、ことね。準備できたか？今行く。
Kyrie, the director who had stepped out somewhere, has now returned. Should I leave?
ごめんね、シュウ君。そういうわけだから。
Of course, no problem. I'll head on back.
なんだ、シュウもいるのか。
Sorry, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Just killing time. Just stalking Kotaha.
別に出てくれてもいいんだぜと言いたいけど、次の作品はもうキャストが決まってるからな。
They're all Kotaha, right?
なぜ知っている？
Because I saw the finished film.
よし、コトゴン、こいつを追っ払え。ガオーガオー。
No, you cannot do this, man. Oh no. She's precious.
ガオー。何かな、その顔は。
It's not... Sorry. I couldn't help but grin in response. Seeing the cool Kotaha wearing such a hokey monster costume is too bizarre.
早く行かないと食べちゃうぞ。ガオー。
Sounds good to me. Wait, what?
おい、ことね、こいつビビってんのか？そんなこともなさそうだけど、シュウ君？
It doesn't like he is. I'm leaving right now. I was on the verge of slipping into another weird daydream. Quickly dashing my increasingly dirty thoughts, I leave the two girls to their shoot. Her professionalism is impressive. I truly admire how committed Kotaha is to both her own art and Kyrie's films. That was a good day. 12:15. It's Saturday. No, it's actually Wednesday. Oh shit, Kotaha's got some new trip. As Kotaha continues devoting even her days off to her art piece, I stay by her side, providing my outsider opinion.
この建物はどうだろう。こんな感じかな。
Looks right, although it could use a couple more windows. The landscape in her painting changes bit by bit, according to my vague memories. Because of that, her latest version looks completely different from how it did at the start.
ありがとう。また少し良くなったよ。
Happy to help. I've helped her out so many times by this point, and yet a part of me worries if I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm doing this in hopes of being able to change our fate, but I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. You're not going to be able to change her fate. Well, we don't know because we don't actually see the endings of these fucking routes. The only thing I've learned from constantly being by Kotaha's side is how incredibly pervy she really is. My type of girl. What? And of course, everything I learned about Muse and Rinka. Kotaha doesn't have a single shady bone in her body, just as we thought. Yeah, but she could be hiding it really well, you just don't know.
シュウ君、
Yeah? Yes?
外に出よっか。
Sure. Wait, what? Outside? I don't do that. Suddenly.
ほら、あそこ。私がよく行く画材屋さん。シュウ君もいつか使うかも。
Okay. Is this a CG? It's like, this is too zoomed in for it to not be, but like, it looks too generic to be a CG, right? Supplies I get in class are enough for me. You just meant outside of the atelier. For a moment, I thought she meant outside the Aurora. Why would you think that? But of course not. She meant on a short trip to the shopping district. We've never done anything like this before. When you repeatedly live through the exact same series of days over and over again, it really ramps up your anxiety when something unusual happens. It's a unique feeling only Anna could understand. And you.
なんか甘いもの食べたくなってきたかも。
I glance over at her. Me too.
何か食べよっか。
I smile happily. I've spent so much time with her in the atelier, but we haven't really gone into town together. Yuni loves these donuts in the district, and I know where they are since I go with her sometimes. There's also crepes.
じゃあ、シュウくんがまだ食べたことないものがいいかな。
Kotaha begins searching around the area before finally finding what she's looking for.
あれはどう？カンノーロ。
Cannoli? Damn, it's been a while since I've heard that. I've never had it, but the first time I've heard about cannoli was from a fucking Curious George episode. What's that? It's a name I'm unfamiliar with.
あれ？知らない？こう、コロネみたいにクリームを包んでる焼き菓子なんだけど。
Oh, this place. I always wondered where that delicious smell came from. I mean, like, I shouldn't say it because it is very much not like this. But I was about to say it's like a fancy Twinkie, but no, it is not. I understand as soon as I see the store, although the word cannoli doesn't ring the bell, still doesn't ring any bells.
とすると、カンノールはもしかして外にないのかな？
I don't know. At the very least, I've never heard of them. Listen, Kotaha, I think you should just assume that anything in the Aurora, also existed in the outside world. It's difficult for me to say whether I simply forgot or never knew about them to begin with. Leaving that aside for now, the cannoli Kotaha treats me to is amazingly delicious, and I quickly devour it. Cannolis are so good.
気に入ってもらえたならよかった。
Okay. Afterward, we end up at the art gallery. Yeah, so that was a CG. It's just, like I said, it felt a bit too generic. Right? Like, if it was an actual CG, at least they should have shown the cannoli, right? The facility remains open, even while school is closed for the weekend. It makes me feel like we're on some kind of museum date. Well, you're the one who called it a date, so do they ever swap out the artwork displayed here?
基本しないね。いつも空いているという話は前にしたと思うけど。
That implies that they have artwork to replace it with. Like, I thought this whole museum was just was meant to be a timeline of artworks that are displayed from that are being displayed from the start of the first person who ever put paint to an easel all the way up to the 1900s before the war, something like that.
ただ、生徒の作品が新しく展示されることはあるよ。
Speaking of which, isn't Guido's sculpture on display?
そうそう、私のも。ほら。
Huh? Kota points in the direction of a watercolor painting of Oneto Lake.
私が1年生の頃に描いたやつだね。初めての文化祭で出して以来、ここに飾られている。
Damn. She's only really made one good painting, and it was in her first year, and after that she fell off hard. And she's been trying to recapture this, the magic since then. It's amazing. I can't believe you painted that.
ここには立派な作品しか置かれていないから、尻込みしちゃうけどね。
What are you talking about? I might be an amateur when it comes to appreciating and making art, but even I can tell how incredible her paintings are. There's a powerful expression in her work that goes beyond a mere replication, no matter how faithful. And of course, to stand alongside other equally powerful paintings and works of art from all throughout history is a great honor.
風景画というジャンルは、ただ目の前のものを描き写すだけじゃ足らない。
Yeah, but like, being able to display your work of art right next to, like, Da Vinci's or like Michelangelo's would give you like mad imposter syndrome, though, right? Because in your mind, you would never be able to live up to their standards or something, to their quality or whatever.
その場の空気だったり、肌寒さだったり、見えないものも絵で表現する必要がある。
If all you want is to copy, then take a photo.
そういう意味で、今回私が描こうとしている外は、本当に何もかも見えないものだ。すべてを想像に頼る必要がある。でもね。
You know what? I should have realized that as soon as I should have realized that the text was still scrolling while she stopped talking. What the fuck? Why is it? It was only 10 minutes, bro. Sure.
そういう意味で、今回私が描こうとしている外は、本当に何もかも見えないものだ。すべてを想像に頼る必要がある。でもね。
I don't know why I replayed it. I only replay voices that are overlapped, right? Yeah, it can still be considered a landscape painting. She says before pointing to a nearby painting. What's this?
芝の女王の船出、クロード・ロランという画家の絵だ。ロランは17世紀の人で、これは旧約聖書のワンシーンを描いたもの。だから宗教画とも言えるんだけど、景色を鮮やかに表現した風景画でもある。たとえその光景を実際に見たことがなくたって、人はこんなに素晴らしい作品が描けるんだ。リリー先生によれば、当時はあまり風景画というジャンルが重視されていなかったから、そういうテーマがどうしても必要だったらしいんだけどね。
This isn't something that comes from life. The painting exudes so much emotion that it seems to almost transcend reality.
私は小さい頃から気づいたら風景の絵が好きで、このギャラリーにあるいろんな絵を見て想像を膨らませたものだったよ。
Imagining what people were like back then, when, way back when and stuff like that.
そうそう。何百年って前にそういう景色があったんだなって思うと、なんだかワクワクしちゃって。
What's this?
それはターナーの作品。今さっき話した ロランの影響を受けた画家だよ。とても特徴的な水彩画で彩り豊かなのがわかると思う。
It's beautiful, but I can't tell what the subject matter is. Flames?
火事だね。確か国会議事堂っていう施設に起こった火事を描いたもの。
A fire in the Houses of Parliament. Those words seem out of place amid the backdrop of this town.
ターナーは特に目に見えない大気の表現に長けていた。だから災害であっても一枚の絵にしようとしたわけだね。
So this is based on a real-life incident? After that, I asked Kotaha to show me all the paintings that influenced her own work. Although there are still many things I don't understand about art, seeing Kotaha talk about it so excitedly inexplicably fills me with joy.
それじゃあ今日はありがとう。いい気分転換になったよ。
I had fun too. Sometimes it's nice to take a break from work. Kotaha turns back toward the school. You're not heading home yet?
少しアトリエで片付けしてから帰るよ。
With that, she heads back toward the academy. She really is serious about her studies. I guess she needs a break. She needed a break. Even Kotaha must be tired of being cooped up in the atelier every day. Might be a year older than me, but she's still young. Why'd you flash back to the... Did you flash back to it? Flash back to the CG, I guess, and then just cut away from it again. Even so, you didn't even say anything. I may be reading too much into it, but that really seemed like a date. Much needed break, repayment for my modeling work, or perhaps a decision made on a whim. Is this why she wasn't wearing her school uniform today? Endless thoughts play through my mind. Kotaha didn't seem to treat any of it like a big deal, so I'm sure I'm overthinking it. You were like, would any of the girls act differently in that situation? Whether it was a date or not, it doesn't change what I have to do. And yet, I can't help obsessing over every detail of our day together. Well, 16.
Oi! Shu君
That's my name. I'm Shu. What?
知ってる。ちょっとここを見てほしいんだけど。
Of course. Right here. She wants my advice and I give it to her. This should be a casual exchange of ideas, but I can't help but feel on edge.
シュウ君、どうしたの？熱でもある？
Nopers. What? Excuse me?
疲れたなら休んでていいんだからね。これは私の制作だし。
There's nothing wrong. No problem at all. That's right. Kotaha's acting the same as usual as always, which is perfectly okay with me. Of course, I'm thrilled that I've become closer to her. Very much so, in fact, but I always figured she hung out with me from the very beginning due to curiosity. There's probably no other reason. Which begs the question, how do I feel about her? Aha! There it is! Time to save. Obviously, you have to go down the romance route first. Alright? So, I have feelings for Kotoha. And then the game breaks. 1712. 1738.
ねえねえシュウ、土曜日なんか琴葉さんと一緒に歩いてなかった？
No, I mean, yes, I mean, what? It's Monday, and I suddenly find myself at the target of a barrage of questions. Is a person, and she's indeed capable of walking.
もうそうじゃなくて、商店街二人で歩いてたでしょって。
What the fuck was that answer? She is indeed capable of walking. Sometimes, a lady is in need of art supplies.
なんか怪しいな。
Wherefore, prithee, wouldst thou distrust me? Fuck you. Fuck off, Shu.
露骨に怪しいな。こいつは匂うぜ。
Fuck you for making me read that shit. If I had told them it was a simple shopping trip, they would have accepted it and moved on. But I just had to get all shy and lie.
話は聞きました。その謎は徹底的に追求すべきです。
What? Sakuya?
サクヤ？
That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Class is starting. Time to leave.
ダメです。真相を突き止めるまで私は帰れません。先輩は本当に琴葉先輩と大デートされたのですか？
He wishes. Date is an awfully strong word. What we were on was more like a... Were we on a date or not? No matter what I say, I feel trapped.
私の調べによると、二人は土曜日、商店街を練り歩き屋台で観音炉を購入。その後ギャラリーまで向かったとのことですが。
Who the fuck is your source? You got the whole thing from You got the whole thing from beginning to end.
ことねえのやつ、私に断りもなくシュウを口説くなんて。
Does she need permission? Why does she need your permission? Not that she was hitting on me at all.
でもすごいよシュウ。琴葉さんって大人気なのに、やっぱ二人は仲がいいんだね。
Look, all I'm saying is bro is not beating the allegations. Alright? And the more he talks, he just digs a deeper hole each time. And not the one Kyrie digs. How do I get out of this mess? There's clearly been a misunderstanding that you started, yeah. Well, it happens sometimes. School is done for the day. With Kotoha busy shooting Koto ranges, I use my free time to take care of personal business, like sorting out your fucking feelings. That was the plan at least, until Director Kirie calls me in for a favor.
頼む。ちょい役でいいから出てくれ。
I knew this would happen. Kyrie finally came crying to me over her lack of actors, as I expected she might. Isn't Kotoha more than capable of playing every character herself?
いけることはいけるんだけどよ。どうしても2人を同じカメラに入れたいシーンなんだ。
Without access to high-tech equipment, sophisticated cut and paste effects are impossible. With CG being completely off the table, and since Kotaha has to play every role, it limits the number of characters that can be on screen at one time.
今回だけなんだ。このシーンが撮れねえと私の制作が。
Fine.
来年の部品にも関わることで。ってあれ、いいのか？
Sure.
今まで嫌がってたのに急にあっさり承諾したの。
It's definitely not because he gets to spend more time with Kotaha, alright? Knowing the only actor is in Kota Rangers is Kotaha means she will be acting alongside me. I have no idea what kind of scene this is, but I'm more than happy to share the scene with her. Not to mention, I did promise Kyrie I'd star in her movie again someday.
交渉は終わった？キリエ。おう、なんか快く引き受けてくれたぞ。よかったの？シュウ君。
Yep, probably.
一応火薬は抑えめにするよう頼んでおくから。
Why am I not surprised there's an explosion scene? I can't help feeling uneasy about this, but getting to act alongside Kotaha is a dream come true. We've acted together so many times before, so why am I this nervous? Why am I this nervous about it? Yeah, you even acted. You even acted in a role where Kotaha was the main love interest, but that was in Kyrie's route, so it doesn't matter. I want to get closer to her. That simple thought quickly fills my head, growing stronger by the second.
よーし、それじゃあまずは週3乗のシーンから行くぜ。
What character am I playing?
コタレンジャーの正体を知ってしまった同級生だ。
I see. And so the shoot progresses despite my lack of experience. I was hoping they would elaborate further on that, but I guess not. What the fuck? Chapter 10, Part 3, The Material Goddess. I was not expecting a part change. It's not a chapter change. I was not expecting a new part. I mean, I guess it is pretty close to the lot. They've got a week left. Mm-hmm.
ねえねえ、シュウ君シュウ君、このさくらんぼ美味しいよ。
Oh, yeah? I want a bite.
任せて。はい。
Munch, munch, chomp, chomp, gulp. Very yummy.
それはよかった。
Why are they acting like this?
あの二人、なんかおかしくない？
They're just method acting, alright?
明らかに変だな。つうかあいつ、種まで食ってるぞ。
He's that awkward. Jesus Christ. Now it's my turn. Here, taste one of my cherries.
あんして。
こ
っちも美味しい。
Don't tell me she does the same. Teehee. What is this scene?
同じメニューなんだから味は一緒に決まってんだろ。シュウはまだしも、あんなことはさん初めて見たよ。幸せだね、シュウ君。
Me too. Kotaha's gentle smile seems to light up the room and everything in it. I feel like I've missed an entire fucking scene. Surely they have not confessed to each other off screen, right? That would be like the biggest cock block for a romance route. In a game where you can choose not to romance the character, right? Even the usually bratty Kyrie looks different. I love everyone. Honestly, I agree. This is gross. Especially if... Where's the confession, man? There's nothing gross about it. After all, didn't God say something about loving thy neighbor? Shut up! Don't act like you're a fucking Christian now.
はいはいはい。どうしちまったんだこいつは。なんか悪いものでも食べたの？
Yeah, he ate a fucking cherry pit. He probably has cyanide poisoning now. Definitely not. It's just... How do I put it? I'm sure you'll both understand when it happens to you. Haha.
どうしよう。私初めてシュウにイラッとしちゃった。放っておこう、ユネ。
Hehe. The love of my life is sitting next to me. And I've never been happier. That's why. Okay. I can't go on like this.
何か粗相をしてしまったかな？
Oh, no. It has nothing to do with anything you did. That's right. I meant exactly what I said. I have to do something. I bought my dove clock.
クラック。ただいま12月19日水曜日16時33分。
There's only 6 days until Christmas. I'm running out of time.
それはどういう？
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to tell you everything I know. I chose this path, which also means telling Kotaha everything that's about to happen. Why do I feel like Kyrie's route and Sakuya's routes were a lot more fleshed out compared to Kotaha's route? Why do I feel like she got the short end of the stick, alright? Like, they've done some massive skips, and now Shu's actually like panicking because he didn't tell her fast enough that the world's gonna end. Kotaha isn't behind this, I'm sure of it. Did I read what it... Oops. Yeah. Plus, I'm much closer with Kotaha than anyone else here. I trust her. I strongly believe that nothing I say at this point can shake the bonds we've built.
すべてって？
So, this town. I take a deep breath before continuing. This town will be completely destroyed the night of December 25th. What was that transition? I tell Kotaha what will happen based on my own personal experience, having lived through it multiple times. There are a couple things I leave out, but I still managed to get my point across.
このままじゃいけないというのはそういう意味だったんだね。
And also because he wants to confess, but yeah, that's a side thing. Yes, I know this is sudden, so I'll completely understand if you don't believe me.
いや、信じるよ。
I still hadn't explained how I knew this would happen. In other words, that I'd lived through the events multiple times. Despite that, her steadfast answer comes without hesitation. She believes me.
やはりシュウ君は 彼女と同じ目線で物を見ているのか。
Kotaha?
失礼。そうだね。私はシュウ君の言うことを疑っていない。というより、シュウ君のおかげで確信が持てた。ありがとう。
Or what? He speaks as if I should know what she's talking about.
私も隠すのはフェアじゃないし、むしろもっと早く言うべきだったね。
Kotaha, did you know?
シュウ君ほど詳細には知らなかった。ただ、クリスマスの夜に週末が起こるかもしれないということは
Did
聞いていた。
Rinka tell you? Who told you this? How much does this mystery person know? And more importantly, how do they know?
自分で知ったわけじゃない。そうリンカから聞いただけだ。
Holy, I fucking knew it. That Rinka bitch, she's probably the one who's going back in time with Shu. Rinka. I mean, like, it makes the most sense, so, you know. How many times will her name come up? Apparently, she's more of a key player in this whole mess than I originally thought.
12月25日の夜、101年前に世界を終わらせた週末がこの町にも訪れる。シュウ君が言うのはそれで間違いないかな。
It's true. Rinka knew about it?
初めから話そうか。シュウ君にとっては昔のことなんてわからないだろうからね。
With that said, he begins telling me about the beginning of her friendship with Rinka. You know, I feel like we could have gotten to this earlier.
私とリンカは1年生の頃、同じオリーブ組で初めて出会った。
And like, when I mean earlier, I mean like chronologically before December 19th. So they have more than 6 days before the world ends or whatever.
私リンカ、よろしくな。コトハって確か第一チベッタでトップだったやつだろ。私は全然へっぽこだよ。あっちにいるギドーってバカがトップだ。
I forgot that's what she sounded like.
性格も得意分野も違っていたけど、なぜか私たちは馬があって、気づけば誰よりも一緒にいる仲になっていた。そしたら今度はキリエが構ってくれないなんて言うものだから、まだチベッタにいたキリエとも一緒に遊んだりして。あの頃は私たち3人で一緒にいることが多かった。当時はまだユネやサクヤも入ってきていなかったし。
You were really close, huh?
うん。喧嘩もしたことなかったんだよ。キリエがいたからかな。ともかく、私たちは平穏に日々を過ごしていて、このままずっとそれが続いていくものだと思ってた。けれど、リンカは違った。前にも言ったように、彼女はタブーを嗅ぎ回った。
The unspoken taboo subject in town is the outside world.
なんでって、そりゃ気になるからに決まってんだろ。私が何を調べようが私の勝手だ。
Like, all I'm saying is, her voice does not match her character.
それに、やるなって言われたらやりたくなるのが人間だよな。
今でこそシュウ君のおかげでイメージは和らいでいるけれど、外について考えることは当時から禁じられていた。それこそチベッタより前、チックに入った頃から、礼拝の時間なんかで毎回のように言われてた。オーロラの向こうを想像するのは卑しいこと。今ある自分に満足し、また満足できないのなら祈りを捧げなさい。存在しない世界に思いを巡らせるんじゃなく、隣人を愛しなさいとね。誰でもそう教わるはずなんだ。 でも凛花は言ったよ。
壁の向こうを考えるのも放棄するような貧しい想像力でいい絵なんか描けるかよ。
To be honest, that makes sense. But that kind of opinion is taboo here.
これはね、ひどい暴言だったんだ。当時の先生たちももちろん怒ってた。だってオーロラのことただの壁って言っちゃってるし。
She chuckles as she continues. I have a feeling Rinka must have been delighted, despite the harsh punishment for her outburst.
今にして思えば面白いんだけど、私もその時はちょっとびっくりした。こんなこと言う子がいるんだって。だからそうだね、その瞬間はちょっと面食らったけど、気づけばそこが凛花の一番魅力的な点だなって気づいた。誰にも支持されない己だけの価値観、私を含めて他の誰も持ってなかったものを凛花は持ってた。結局今だって私が外の風景を描こうとしたりするのも全部彼女と柊君の影響なんだ。自分の力じゃ到底そんなこと思いつかない。
Was learning more about the outside world really such a bad thing?
少なくとも凛花はそれでこっぴどく叱られてた。本人には全く聞いてなかったけど。それにやっぱりやめろと言われるほど気になるのが人間の性みたいでね。凛花は叱られるとますます外が気になる様子だった。
I know how she feels. I felt the same way when I first arrived here. When something is so strongly forbidden, it only paints whatever it might be in a more tempting light.
ただそうは言ってもできることは限られている。脱出しようともしてたけど結局バレて潰されちゃうから。
Did you help her?
ううん、真逆。少なくとも当時の私にはまだ理解できない行動だったから自分から関わることはなかったよ。怒られるんだからやめればいいのにみたいなことは言ったかな。でもそれで聞く凛花じゃない。凛花も凛花で多分私を巻き込みたくなかったんだと思う。そういう反社会的な活動はいつも一人でしてた。
I see. So that's why she was marked as a troublemaker.
そうそう。
However, it's only considered criminal when the town-specific in the town-specific framework. To be honest, Rinka's actions seem perfectly normal to me. To want to know about the outside world is natural. Who exactly has the authority to limit someone's freedom so strictly?
それで展覧会が終わった後だったから7月頃だったかな。学校でちょっとした珍しいイベントがあってね。
Something strange?
うん。全校生徒めったに顔を出さない学長との面談があって。
That does seem very strange. The principal? No way.
柊君は転入生ってことだけど会ったことないよね、学長。
Not that I know of. What's his name again?
渡良瀬さん。
Crap. What the hell? Whenever I hear his name, pain rips through my head like some adverse reaction.
柊君、大丈夫？
Not after hearing you. Let me fucking... Jesus Christ, I clicked on the wrong thing.
ナ君、大丈夫？
I'm fine. Keep going. I had prepared myself for it this time, so I didn't pass out. I still myself to keep listening.
学長と面談といっても全校生徒やるわけだから一人当たりに大して時間が取れるわけじゃない。多くは他愛もない話、成績とか将来とかについて適当に話して終わり。
Yune and Kyrie mentioned talking with him. They also said how it was fairly superficial. Maybe he kept the conversation simple, since he doesn't get to talk to the students very often.
おそらく基本的にはそうだね。ただ一つだけ学長がみんなにしていた質問があった。それは3つの絵から1つを選ばせ、どれが美しいかを問うものだった。
Oh, I heard about this already. I remember the 3 pictures that Yuji had drawn for me that one time. From left to right, a realistic corpse, an idyllic landscape, and a graffiti-esque woman.
当然、私も真ん中を選んだ。左は技術的に見れば立派なものだったから迷ったけど、モチーフがちょっと刺激的すぎて美しいとは思えなかった。
And right was out of the question.
まともに考えたらありえないかな。私には泣いている女性に見えたけど、それだって合ってるのかわからない。とにかくごちゃごちゃしてたことは覚えてる。でもそのありえない選択肢を選んだ人間もいる。というわけで、なんとなく察したと思うけど。
Yeah, and you know what Shu would have picked? The same thing Rinka did. Rinka. He nods wordlessly.
なあなあことは、3枚の絵を見せられたろ？どれ選んだ？
面談の内容はおしゃべり禁止じゃなかった？
固いこと言うなって、バレやしねえよ。そのために誰もいない放課後まで待ったんだぜ。
真ん中だよ、普通に。なにその反応。凛花はどうなの？
あれ、優等生さんが言いつけを破っていいのかな？
君とつるんでる時点で今更でしょ。ほら、教えてよ。
右。
正気？でも凛花らしいか。
別に木をてらって選んだわけじゃない。ただあの絵からはなんか訴えかけてくるものを感じてさ。
Yeah, that's what put a fucking target on your back.
あ、そうそう。それと最後に変なこと言われた。
変なこと？
破壊の美学に興味はないかって。
The aesthetics of destruction. I can't help but cry out in response to the words I've heard countless times from Kyrie's own. Hold on, did Kyrie meet with the principal too?
かもしれないね。私も凛花もその意味はわからなかったから、そこでその話はおしまい。でも学長との面談を終えた後、凛花は前以上に活発になった。オーロラを飛び越えようと試みたり、先生の聖書を盗み出したりね。
Speaking of which, students don't have their own, right?
基本先生たちだけが使えるものだからね。でも凛花は聖書には異様にこだわっていた。けど さすがに泥棒はやりすぎだから、こっそり返すように説得したんだ。
わかったわかった。返しますよ。でも一日だけ待ってくれ。それくらいいいだろ。何するのかって、そりゃ丸写しよ。今日は徹夜だな。
そしたら凛花は本当に一晩で聖書の中身を丸ごと書き写しちゃって、夏休みなんかずっとそれとにらめっこしてたよ。
She doesn't half-ass anything. It must have meant a lot to her.
みたいだ。凛花の行動はいつも私の理解が及ばなかったし、今も全然わかっていないけど。
こいつの中に鍵がある。この町のモヤモヤを解き明かす鍵が必ず。
どこか確信を持った言い方だった。
A key hidden in the Bible. I know how she must have felt. The Book of Revelation. The town's own apocalypse happens according to the details written in the Book of Revelation. There's a chance Rinka was aware of that. Not being familiar with the Bible, I'm unaware of other suspicious passages, but...
渡良瀬さんはその後また姿を現さなくなった。私もそれから一切会ってない。しばらくは穏やかな日々が続いた。凛花は今まで通りだったけど、もう先生たちも諦めてるように見えた。凛花は少し規格外だったけど、脱走を試みる生徒は今までにもいたらしいからね。そうそう、私も知らない上の代で、確か龍河という男子生徒が結構やんちゃだったみたい。
This is the first I'm hearing of him. Ryuga. Nope, no headache. My body couldn't take it if I fainted every time I heard a new name. I guess the principal's an exception.
そして私たちにとって初めての文化祭の日がやってきた。
And Christmas. It was 2016, meaning they were first years at the time. I wonder what the festival was like 2 years ago. You won the ARIA trophy that year, right?
そうそう、義堂がすごく悔しそうにしてたな。
I don't know why he specifically mentioned the year when it only this is like the second time they've brought up the year.
文化祭って言ったら町の人みんなが心待ちにしている一大イベントだ。子供から大人までみんなが遊びに来る。でもそんな中ではたまた輪を乱す子が一人いた。
Of course, it was Rinka. The one and only.
それは違うぜ琴葉。今日だからチャンスなんだ。あの秘密の部屋の警備が手薄になる。教えるかよそんなの。バレたら琴葉まで巻き添え食らうんだぞ。まあいい土産話が聞けたらな。
凛花はクリスマスの日をずっと待ってたみたいだった。理由はわからないけど、秘密の部屋とやらに侵入するには都合が良かったらしい。また叱られるようなところに侵入するんだろうなぁと思ったけど、止めたって意味ないし。結局凛花は文化祭の間ほとんど姿を見せなかった。私は普通に文化祭を楽しんで、チベッタから来たユネやキリエにも作品を見せてあげたりしたんだけどね。
So, what happened to Rinka?
高野祭が終わっても凛花は戻らなかった。疲れちゃったし、私も部屋に戻って寝てた。
Damn.
そしたらさ、深夜だって言うのにドンドンってドア叩いて起こされて、もう絶対凛花だって思って部屋に入れたの。
Reminds me of Kyrie.
叱ろうかと思ったんだけど、凛花は不自然なくらい神妙な表情をしてた。切羽詰まったような雰囲気でね。それで開口一番に言うんだ。
アポカリプスだ。アポカリプスが起こる。
The apocalypse.
びっくりしちゃうでしょ。文化祭じゃ姿も見せず、深夜に戻ってきたかと思えばいきなりそんな。何の冗談かと思った。でも凛花は真剣だった。私も寝ぼけ頭だったから、はっきりと理解はできなかったんだけど。何でも一人で解決したがる凛花がわざわざ言いに来たんだから、大事なことなんだろうと思った。
そうだよ。99年前に起きた世界の終わりだ。あれを再現するってのが、なんか知んねえけど、この街のに関わってる。
What the fuck? What the fuck was that jump scare and a half?
私のじゃ
Jesus
まだそこまで
Christ.
分かんなかったんだけど、事実だ。確かにはっきりと書かれてた。
I was prepared for the second one, but still, my ears. I feel like there's a word missing. Hang on, let me go back through this, right? My blank still doesn't have all the details, but it's true, it's all crystal clear. But it's going to happen again in the blank of our town. Okay. It can't be the same. Surely I'm like, it can't be the same word, but like, it can't not be the same word, right? Because I'm not sure. Of course, of course we get more fucking questions when Rinka shows up.
よく聞き取れなかった。それに、私の知らない単語だった気がする。
A word she doesn't know. Because it's too difficult or because it's some kind of code.
破壊の美学ってやつに気をつけろ。夏に不渡らせのおっさんが言ってたやつだ。あれは人を壊すかもしれない。あと、このことは絶対誰にも言うな。見つかったら何されっかわかんねえから。
From what I can tell, Rinka was clearly desperate at that time. From Kotaha's perspective, this information was so out of the blue that it made sense. She couldn't keep up.
ひとしきり話して、凛花も少し冷静になったんだろうね。
Okay, you fuck.
私が無理やり起こしたことを謝ってきた。
Fuck you. Alright, you piece of fucking shit. I fucking hate it.
ひとしきり話して、凛花も少し冷静になったんだろうね。私を無理やり起こしたことを謝ってきた。私も私で全然整理がつかなかったから、とりあえずその日は寝て、初めての文化祭の日はおしまい。
I'm assuming she filled you in on the details the next day. It seems like the most logical course of events, however. Yeah, after that day she disappeared.
凛花の口からはもう、それ以上のことが語られることはなかったよ。
What'd I tell you? What?
誰にも言うな、なんて言いながら私に教えてくれたのは、きっと、ああなることを予期していたからなのかも。次の日、お休みだったから、私は凛花の部屋を訪ねたんだけど、そこに彼女はいなかった。次も、その次の日も、ご飯時にさえ出てこないなんて、いくら凛花でも異常だから、私は先生に聞いた。そしたら、 案の定というか、リンカはどうやらクリスマスの日にどこかへ忍び込んだのがバレて懺悔室に連れて行かれてたらしい。
The confessional? Is that the punishment room I heard about?
そうそう。リンカはもともとそこの常連だったんだ。多分入れられた回数は両手じゃ数えきれないんじゃないかな。
Of course she was.
ただそんなリンカでも3日も帰ってこないのは初めてだった。よほどきつい叱られ方をしてるんだろうなって思った。
So then, she came back after the third day?
うん。次の日にね。別にあざがあったりしたわけでもなく、ただ
Just... She hesitates internally, debating over how to phrase what she's about to say next.
懺悔室から戻ってきたリンカはそれまでのことを何も覚えていなかったんだ。
Bro, she got fucking brainwashed. What? How bizarre. I stare at her, eyes wide with surprise at this unexpected development.
ああ、ことは、おはよう。なんか久しぶりな気すんな。前に会ったのってイブだっけ？アポカリプス？ 99年前の？それがどうした？ 4日前の夜。いや、覚えてねえな。つか私、どうして懺悔室なんか行ってたんだ？全然思い出せねえ。
深夜に私の部屋を訪ねてきたことも、自分がどこへ忍び込んだのかも、そこで何を知ったのかも、リンカは忘れていた。私やキリエのことは覚えていたけどね。本人が必死で伝えてきたはずの情報はきれいさっぱり抜け落ちてた。
That she somehow forgot what she wanted to tell you so badly seems a little too convenient.
私たちもそう思った。もしかしたらリンカは忘れたふりをしてるのかなって。
But
違った。リンカは確かにクリスマスからの記憶をなくしていたんだ。懺悔室に連れて行かれたことによって。
I'm immediately horrified at what I'm hearing. Although Rinka wasn't physically harmed, they'd basically found a way to shut her up.
その時初めてリンカの言っていたことが分かった。誰にも言うなって念押しされたこと。
Do you think her memories were erased on purpose? Nah.
そう。当時はまだ理解できていなかったけど、今ならわかる。ミューズ。リンカはきっとあの薬を処方された。
If that's the case, then it's obvious Rinka didn't take the drug of her own free will. Some mysterious and untrustworthy person must have given it to her, knowing what the side effects would be. The principal.
リンカは知ってはならないことを知ったから記憶を消された。私はそう解釈した。
I agree. It makes sense considering the situation.
前、オンネ島でシュウ君に見せたミューズは私が肌身離さず持っているものだ。これがリンカへのつながりになるかもしれないから。
Rinka's numerous attempts at finding a way out of the a way to the outside world were cut short by her abrupt memory loss. The only other person who knew about the bizarre situation, aside from Rinka, was Kotaha, who had been her best friend.
そうしてリンカが2年前のクリスマスに手に入れた情報は私の記憶にだけ残ることになった。
That's quite a story. Rinka had forgotten everything after 3 days of forced repentance. Kotaha is the only person who knows the truth of what she learned. And of course, that is
再来するアポカリプス、そして破壊の美学という概念。私はそれらをもう一度リンカに伝えることもできたけど、そうなればリンカはまた危険な真似を犯そうとするだろう。
Yeah, and then they would tie it back to Kotaha, so then she would also forget what happened, what she was told to, on Christmas.
今度はただじゃ済まないかもしれない。そう考えると私も黙っているしかなかった。先生たちにも知らないふりをしたしね。
Wait, but that all happened 2 years ago, right?
私もリンカも1年生の頃だ。
Could it be that this year's tragic fate had already been decided in the stars from way back then? Was Rinka drugged because she knew the truth of what was going to happen? Just because they erased her memories doesn't mean they erased her entire existence.
そうだね。少なくとも当時はまだ。懺悔室から戻ってきたリンカはそれまでが嘘のように穏便になった。穏便といっても好奇心がだけど、そうしているうちに私もリンカも2年生になって、キリエやユネ、ヨウジ君も入ってきて、また私たちの輪が広がって1年くらいは何事もなく過ごしてた。けどやっぱりリンカの好奇心は天性のものなんだろうね。いつの間にかまたタブーを調べるようになった。
After undergoing a forced brainwashing, she'd somehow managed to reawaken her former self. More proof that whatever she learned was far from trivial.
そして当時密かに流行の兆しを見せていた良くないものがあった。
That damned owl. You mean Muse, right? She nods wordlessly. Based on what I know about Rinka's personality, that seems like something she'd be into.
そうなんだよ。困ったものだよね。
Despite calling it a so-called problem, she seems amused. She must have a certain fondness for Rinka's rebellious streak.
神に近づけるインスピレーション。そんな噂まで出回って、あのリンカが黙っていられるはずはなかった。そうして実際にリンカはミューズを入手したのだけど、
But
あの時のリンカの表情は今でも覚えている。自分のことを疑うような顔だった。見覚えがある。ミューズを初めて手に入れたはずのリンカはそう言ったんだ。
what Rinka had forgotten, it was...
そうなるともう余計にリンカを止める手立てはない。彼女は全く臆さずにミューズを服用した。クリスマスプレゼントだなんて言ってさ。私はその場で彼女を見ていた。確かに前評判通り、リンカには絵も言えない幻覚が見えているようだった。
Damn, she voluntarily chose to be a guinea pig for Muse. Hallucinations. People here in town use drugs like this one to induce a hallucinatory state of mind. Inspiration springs forth from that instant when the mind visualizes the fantastic.
わかった。そういうことか。彼女はしきりに連呼していた。私のことも目に入っていないようだった。
What is this fucking Sino Uta? The drug filled Rinka's mind with hallucinations, which led her to understand something. But
ただ、一通りの作用がようやく落ち着いた頃、リンカは 私のことを覚えていなかった。ミューズの副作用はね、シュウ君。記憶喪失だ。
Memory loss. The same symptom that's been plaguing me endlessly since I woke up in this town. Rinka experienced it twice.
そう。その時ようやく、私はリンカが懺悔室で何をされたのか理解した。ミューズに見覚えがあると言った理由も、すべて。私は必死でリンカに思い出してもらおうとした。
Wait. Okay, hang on. Dexter. Was everyone fucking drugged in the town so that they forgot Shu? But that doesn't... It's just... I'm trying to link it back to the flashbacks that he keeps getting of everyone calling him Sensei. And the only way I could correlate it with what's going on is that he was actually a teacher. And everyone forgot about him. But like, that wouldn't make any sense because like the age gap doesn't make any sense, right? What is going on? What happened?
叶わなかった。それに時間もなかった。私たちのことまで忘れてしまったリンカは翌日になるともういなかった。前みたいに3日経っても1週間経っても戻ってこなかった。黒サンタにさらわれたんだろうなんて言われてね。
Everything she's told me up until now is all connected in some way. All that happened between when she first met Rinka until the events of Christmas last year.
黒サンタは悪い子をさらう。その基準にのっとって言えば、リンカはこれ以上なく悪い子だったんだろう。
She questioned social norms, was interested in the outside world, and knew something she shouldn't. I have proof enough. It was proof enough she was a problem. More than any delinquent behavior she could paint her. Any delinquent behavior could paint her.
そんなわけで、リンカが調べた事実は私に託された。私は日頃の態度なのかもしれないけど、さほど追及は受けずに済んだ。懺悔室に行かされるのも嫌だしね。
Maybe Shu should subject himself to a confessional. I don't know. So that's why Kotaha knew about the second coming of the apocalypse. It was akin to a dying wish from Rinka, who'd been erased from existence. I'm sure she's around somewhere.
シュウ君は私と別の事情のようだけど、私がリンカからそれを聞かされたのは1年生の頃だから。その年には結局何も起こらなかったし、翌年もリンカがいなくなりこそすれ、聞かされていた破滅じみたものは起きなかった。だから今まではどこか信じられなかった。けどシュウ君がそう言ってくれるなら信じられる。
Technically, yes, everyone has memory loss to some extent. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? But then, how would you explain why everyone's calling Shu Sensei in his flashback, but now he's around the same age, right? God damn it. I hate that I still don't have enough information. Did you forget that they are working against someone? Well, yes. No, I didn't forget. But like, don't tell me that. Okay, let me think about this for a second. Who was a teacher and then something happened which led him to lose all his memories? Which led everyone to lose all their memories or something like that. Oh. I can't think of anything. Fucking too complicated. Everything's gonna have to be fucking spoon-fed to me, I guess. Kotaha. Honestly, I knew that if I spoke the truth, it'd sound too far-fetched for anyone to believe me. With Kotaha, it was the opposite. She had kept this secret locked in her heart for 2 years. Yeah, but like, it took you less time to confide in Sakuya about this. She figured no one would believe her, same as me, but also wanted to follow Rinka's instructions to not tell a soul.
お互いに知ってることを話し合おうか。誰にも聞かれちゃならないけど。
Listen, look, all I'm gonna say is, if you've got any fucking theories, just comment them down below. That's for the VOD watchers. Sure, actually. And so Kotaha and I, or rather, Kotaha, Rinka and I shared everything we'd learned and what we knew. Everything regarding the end of the world.
いやー、さすがに驚いたよ、シュウ君。
I know. For something like that to happen in a peaceful town like this.
まさかシュウ君が時を巡るアンナだなんて。現実は映画よりも奇妙だね。
Oh, I see what you meant. If you ask me, that's the most ridiculous part of this whole thing. It's harder to swallow than all this second coming of the apocalypse crap.
今この12月19日もシュウ君にとっては何度目かのものってことだよね。
Well, a lot. So far, it's all gone horribly wrong. It's all gone horribly every time. Well, we don't know that because we haven't seen the endings of Kirie's and Sakuya's, alright? Routes.
変なの。ちなみに私とこういう仲になったりした？
Well, actually, she looks at me hopefully. No, we haven't. This is the first time.
なんだ。何度も恋人になってたんだとしたらロマンチックだったのに。
Sorry, but I have a feeling I won't fail this time with you by my side.
ありがとう。むしろ私とシュウ君がこうなるために何度もやり直してくれたんだとしたら嬉しいよね。
That's right. She means so much to me. I'll do whatever I can to ensure I don't lose her or cause her pain. I'll end this tragic cycle once and for all. Sure you will, buddy. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, but do you believe me?
信じるよ。シュウ君の言うことだもの。もちろん信じられないって気持ちもある。けど私も自分の常識を破らなくちゃいけないんだ。
I have break past. Rinka and I have both done the same thing. So now it's her turn.
アポカリプスの件だってそう。凛花はシュウ君と同じように言っていたよ。口頭無形だってね。けど前にも伝えたように、彼女は常識にとらわれない人間だった。この平和な世界にそんな最悪が来るわけない。誰でもそう考えたくなるところだけど、凛花にそういう思い込みはない。だから私も凛花が羨ましかったのかな。あんなに自由な発想ができれば素敵な作品も作れそうだし。にしてもキリエに伝えたら喜びそうな話だ。きっと題材にしたくなるよ。
You know what? What if the apocalypse already happened in the Aurora, right? And everyone, they all died, including Shu. Fucking what am I cooking up? And then you know, all of the characters are actually all of the characters that we've seen are actually just clones of the ones who died during the first apocalypse. What the and Jesus Christ. And the flashbacks that Shu is experiencing are of the never mind. No. They're of the first timeline. That they're of before the first apocalypse. Whatever. Fucking. Hahaha. If that happened, I'm sure she'd try to get me to play the lead again. In fact, I helped make a movie with a very similar plot already. I wonder what she'd say if I told her. There's too much going on right now, but maybe when this is over, I'll tell her all about it.
それに、もしシュウ君が間違っていたとしても、笑い話で済む。
Yeah, we gotta focus on the future, right? The two of us. I strongly believe that working together can change our future. And then it skips all the way to December 25th. Ah, never mind, it's the next day. It's the dawn of the following day. Having secured an ally this time around, the two of us stand in the entrance of the art gallery.
美術回廊に防火対策がなされているのは間違いないと思う。だけど、その火事の当日に開かなかったというのは、前も言ったように不自然だ。
Despite being the town's only fireproof facility, it's not doing its job as an evacuation zone. While it makes sense that the gallery's primary function is to preserve the priceless collection of art housed within, the mystery remains as to why the door that's always opened is closed in our moment of need. And only the teachers can unlock it. The art gallery is an iconic location in a town dedicated to the arts. Only academy teachers can unlock the door. Who could be behind this plan to destroy the town?
わからない。ただ、凛花が2年前には調べ上げていたことだ。今月やそこらで思い立ったものじゃないだろう。私も誰が関わっているのか探ってはいるのだけど。
It sounds like we both have been working in our own way to figure out who the mystery perpetrator is. Although since she didn't completely believe what Rinka told her, Jesus Christ. Although she didn't completely believe what Rinka told her, I doubt she really put her heart into her investigation.
まだ絞り込めてはいないかな。一応罠は張っているんだけど、私も知らない人だったりしたらお手上げだね。
In that case, I think it'll work out. I mentioned how there's a good chance the culprit is someone who's close to me.
なるほどね。時間を巻き戻すたびに行動を変える相手か。
I hate to say it, but that still leaves you as a potential suspect.
だから最初は探りを入れてきたんだね。
I'm sorry. He merely laughs off my apology.
私だってシュウ君に近づいて外のことを知ろうとしてたんだから同じことだ。
Sounds like we shared similar goals from the very beginning, huh? I made a promise to Yune, and Kotaha vowed to carry out Rinka's wish.
シュウ君にもまだ誰が犯人かはつかめていないんだよね。
Nope. Rinka had no idea either, did she?
そうだね。少なくとも私は何も聞いていない。
Yeah, but like, what's the secret room that she was supposedly caught sneaking into? Unfortunately, this information is crucial to us moving forward. We're on the brink of making our next move.
リンカが達したという小部屋が分かれば話が早いんだけど。
That's what I'm saying. Oh. This might be our only remaining option. Actually, I might have an idea as to where that room is. Don't tell me it's the control room that we saw in Kyrie's route.
なんだって？
She looks at me, her eyes wide with surprise. Suddenly, I realize what our next step is.
それはどこにあるの？
If it's the same room I'm thinking of, then it's underground. Oh my god. They're finally referencing a different route. My answer seems to have triggered a light bulb moment for her. In order to get there, however, we are going to need Kyrie's help.
ね。
Let us use a tunnel.
何のことだかわからん。
You know, the one over there. The hole next to the tower decoy. She glares at me suspiciously, as if questioning how I know what I do. Fair enough.
ことね。どういうこと？シュウ君、伝えるしかないよ。あれを。
Yeah, but like, he's gonna think he's weird if he tells her he's a time traveler. I'm not happy about it, but I have a feeling it's the only way she'll let us in. Ready, Kyrie? Listen closely.
Huh?
I'm Anna from The Girl Who Jumped Through Time. That is the worst way to tell Kyrie you're a time traveler.
Toいうわけだ。納得したかな？
I told her about finding and walking through this underground passage in a different timeline. The question is whether Kyrie believes me or not.
すげえ！外の人間ってタイムリープ機能も備えてんのかよ！
Never mind. I'm glad her ignorance got her to this conclusion. She believes everything, so much so that she's come to the wrong conclusion. That's what I'm saying. Wait, Kyrie, this is something I can do because I'm a
要は現実を何度でもリテイクできる能力だろ。カットかけ放題だ。
I mean, kind of. It's not that easy. I can only go back to a pre-specified date. I explained the same thing to Kotaha, only keeping Yune's part in this a secret. I don't want to pull Yune into this, and it seems easier to understand with just myself involved.
私も確認したけど、シュウ君は明らかに未来の出来事を知っていた。言っていることは事実で間違いないと思う。なるほど。で、私の地下道を使いたいと。
Yep.
そうは言うけどよ。別にあの先に部屋とかなかったぞ。
You have to walk away from the Aurora toward the town. There's a gate.
何でも知ってて怖くなってきた。その部屋は凛花がかつて忍び込んだ場所かもしれないんだ。だとしたら見つかったら懺悔室行きだぜ。
I mean, like, they didn't last time.
だね。だからキリエは知らないふりをして寮に戻っててくれればいいよ。
You're coming with me?
当たり前だろ。私とシュウ君は一連卓勝だよ。
Yeah, and not Kyrie, alright? Her route is over, alright? This is Kotaha's route. That's why she's coming with Shu and not Kyrie. A part of me is thrilled, but I don't want to cause her any trouble either. It'd be great if no one finds us, but there's a chance someone will, like last time. I mean, last time they technically didn't. I'm mostly terrified of being sent to the confessional. I mean, you know, maybe it's a blessing in disguise if you get found out. I wouldn't care if we got lectured for even beaten, but getting drugged is another story. If I lose my memories now, there will be absolutely no way to stop the coming apocalypse.
それにもうすぐクリスマスだかんな。黒サンタが来るかもしれねえ。望むところだよ、キリエ。凛花をさらった不届き者はこの手で成敗しなくっちゃ。同感だ。けどそういう男気を発揮するのは私の役目なんだけどな。
With that said, Kyrie reaches down and opens up the entrance to a tunnel. Kyrie, you can go now.
バカ野郎、ふざけんな。凛花パイセンが絡んでんなら私も行く権利があんだよ。こうなったら聞かないよ。ちょっと大所帯だけど仕方ないか。
We wouldn't have this tunnel without her. She's still a woman, though. So is Kotaha, what? I take the lead so I can at least protect the group if something goes wrong. ここは Finally back here.
私も初めて入ったよ。さすがにここは私が掘ったわけじゃないけどな。ただコツンとぶつかったらここに出た。
It's an underground sewer system. Now the path goes in two directions. One leads toward the Aurora. The other way leads back into town. We want to head back toward town.
了解。頼りにしてるよ、シュウ君。なんか探検みたいでワクワクしてきたな。
Kyrie, keep your voice down. Here we are.
本当だ。
After walking for about 15 minutes, we finally reached the door to the secret room.
生体認証があるな。
I have a feeling that this won't work, but I brought this thing the other day, so let's try it.
レコーダー。誰の声？
Sister Lily's.
お前、悪いやっちゃな。とんだ悪党だぜ。
Just, yeah, don't tell Kyrie that it was her that had Sister Lily's voice recorder the last time. You use them all the time.
ポチったな。や
I don't think you needed to flash back to this.
りー。これだから正門は甘いんだよな。
Kyrie used Sister Lily's voice print to successfully unlock the door the first time. Time-wise, this is roughly when we got in last time, so this should work. Huh? Of course it doesn't work.
開かないね。
That's weird. I try replaying her voice clip one more time, but the result is the same. You're joking me.
確かに正門だけで大丈夫っぽいんだけどな。リリー先生じゃダメなのかな？
It was last time. This doesn't make sense. Stumbling into a wall is worse when you didn't realize there was a wall there to begin with. Do you have any voice recordings, Kyrie? Could you play a couple?
まあ、いいけど。
After playing through all the same recordings from last time.
どうする？もうすぐ門限だ。あまり遅くなると逆に怪しまれる。
And so we have no choice but to make a tactful retreat for now. The culprit must be right on the other side. It's frustrating to know I'm being blocked by a single door. Still, I find it hard to believe that the recording coincidentally doesn't work anymore. It's a definitive countermeasure from whoever's working against us. We managed to break in here once. That's right. What we consider our success for us would be a failure for them. Hence, they changed the biometrics so we couldn't use the same method twice. Treating everything like it's no different from my first time around won't work. I'm doing everything I can to change fate, and he's doing whatever he can to stop me. We are in direct competition with each other. It's been a while since I reminded myself of that. $12.21. Well, it's getting close. The next day, we stealthily regroup after school to figure out our next course of action. And I stealthily regroup to end stream. What? Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. If you enjoyed, a follow would be appreciated. And if you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. But, yeah. The plot thickens. And I am nowhere near closer to the mystery being solved than I was at the start of the stream. But, yeah. If you enjoyed it, follow me, appreciate it, and want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. When I forgot. You know you can just check the date of the last time I posted the recording to know when I'm releasing the next episode. But, yeah. Next stream, tomorrow, I will be playing My Tetsu, of course. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.